So the tragedy or crisis I've selected is the crisis on the border with immigration numbers continuing and everything that's going on in Texas right now, how they've sort of seceded from national law and have started building their own borders just to prevent the amount of border crossings they're having per day. I heard a statistic several years ago, I believe, about how the Obama administration had deported more people than the Trump administration. Well, I pulled up a document by docs.house.gov, and it lists the Obama administration deported 1.18 million people in his first 3 years. The number of deportations has been a little under 800,000 so far under Trump. Now, he was elected in 2016. This was published on November 18th of 2019. So it was right around 300,000 under those numbers. And right under that paragraph, it had mentioned that the Trump administration had yet to deport more than 260,000 people in a single year. So just with those numbers mentioned, if that number would have persisted, I didn't find actually how many he ended up deporting in 2020. It could have made him surpass what Obama was at. But then again, Obama had deported 300,000 more people by the time he had reached his third year in office in comparison to Trump's 800,000. So with Obama being a Democratic president, there are a lot more open border policies that were not really created, but the border crisis is something that is accentuated by just allowing anyone and everyone to come in. And America is the land of the free when done in a legal way, in my opinion. I am not opposed to anyone entering this country or staying legally or becoming a citizen, but the illegal crossings is just an insane liability. But I think America writes that problem themselves. I've never obviously been through the citizenship process myself, but having grown up here, having a lot of friends that are Latino and having family members or their parents alone that have been granted citizenship, it takes years. And that's not something that can be accomplished while they're being locked in cages on the border. So I'm pretty halfway on who I support more, if it's the Trump administration or the Obama administration. I really don't care for politics. I genuinely could care less. But the crisis was handled a lot differently, and there was media coverage with Trump doing it because he was portrayed as racist or crude to Latino people. So I guess it's just a matter of what media coverage is given, or even now with everything that's happened under the Biden administration with just the lackluster organization on the border. It's the crisis alone. I don't really have a stern position, but it was clear the difference in which the issue was handled. Trump wanted to attack it head on, build a massive wall that would have costed the U.S. trillions, whereas the Obama organization, I never feel like border anything was pushed, but I was also a lot younger when he was elected, 2012. I think I was in fourth grade. So not really a tragedy, but just watching how this will continue to be a wicked problem. There's 1,800 miles of border between California and all the way down to Texas. So it's weird to imagine how a problem that vague can be handled. And I only say vague because there's so many different entry points among that 1,800 miles, unfenced positions or cities that welcome these people, or the money. Like, I know New York just signed legislation saying, I think it was 53 million. I don't remember the number, but New York is giving free money and insurance to people that are in the country illegally. And I think that just takes away from the hard-earning taxpayers. I mean, That's my position on it. If you're here to come to America, by all means, please do. But watching how neither of these organizations found a way to shorten the citizenship process, they only found ways to lengthen and almost just take a human aspect out of these immigrants that are coming across the border. Watching stories or listening to listening or even just reading the news articles about how people are legitimately locked up in cages or just thrown on a bus and sent to just a random South American country where they don't know where to go. They left them without money. So I'm interested to see if a president in the next few years, decades, will be able to shorten a citizenship process or make it easier for people to come into America. Yeah.